It was the boss's only son, and everyone knew that the party was going to be extravagant. The son, the one that the boss waited for so many years, finally was engaged, and the wedding was going to be an event of the century, and everyone was so excited to partake in the simcha of their wonderful and beloved boss. And of course, part of the simcha, part of the party, is to come with a gift, and a lot of wealthy friends, and they each showed up with a beautiful gift wrapped, different exquisite items. Some brought fancy pens, others brought other rare and unique items. And of course, the boss was loving the party, loving seeing each and every person accepting the gift, of course on behalf of his son, but in truth, it was more of a show of hakaras hatov, a show of appreciation for all that the boss did for all his workers for so many years. The wedding ended, everyone had a fabulous time, and the next day the boss sat down with his son, the new daughter-in-law, and they started going through all the gifts, and they started looking at each gift and each note and each beautiful item one after the next. And then they reached a certain envelope that seemed pretty small, so the boss thought, must be a nice check inside. And the boss opens it up and he finds a coin and a letter, and the boss is intrigued. Maybe it's a rare coin, maybe it's a collector's item, and he got so excited to read the letter explaining how he's holding $1 million coin. And he starts reading the letter, and it's a letter from an employee of his for so many years, someone who he brought up from nothing and really made it in his life. And the boss starts reading, Mazel Tov, it was a wonderful simcha, thank you for including us, and I hope you enjoy the coin as a gift. And then he signs his name, and then in the PS he explains, unfortunately, I lost almost all my money. I don't have anything left. This coin is not rare, it's not an antique, it's not really worth much, but it's the little bit that I had, and I wanted to make sure to partake in some small way. So please take this coin as my gift to you. And the boss, of course, was so touched. And almost a tear formed in his eye. And he meant so much to him. And right then and there, all the other gifts were meaningless. And he took that coin and he found a special place with the special note. And that coin was there for many, many years, long after all the other fancy and expensive items long ceased to exist. The Chassam Sofer explains that when the pasuk in this week's parsha explains the carbon mincha, the sacrifice of an ani of a poor man, and it explains that it's an azkarat and a remembrance in front of Hashem, the Chassam Sofer says this mashal. Chassam Sofer explains that it's a remembrance. It's that little coin. It's showing God, I have nothing, but I want to give you something. But even deeper, he says that each and every one of us in our lives, we have areas that unfortunately we are poor. We have areas that we could serve God from that place of lowness, that we could find that little coin to give to Him. Someone might have money, so for him to give a big donation, for him to donate a building is one beautiful level of tzedakah. But perhaps that same person has an issue with kas, with anger. So if he serves God from his anger, if he controls himself, that's the most beloved gift. For some, it's difficult to wake up. For others, it's difficult to control their eyes. For some, davening is very hard. Perhaps giving tzedakah is difficult. In each and every area, every person can find their carbon mincha, their place where they could serve God from that lowly area, to find that coin to write that beautiful and personal letter to the boss, explaining that in this area we have nothing. We're so low. But yet we want to give God something. And that will be the ultimate azkara, the ultimate remembrance sitting on a pedestal forever and ever. Good Shabbos.